Grammy Lamby and the secret handshake. Grammy Lamby and the secret handshake. How cute are they? Right. Larry was a little lamb with a big secret. He didn't always like when Grammy Lamby came to visit. Uh-oh. He didn't like it. The first time Grammy Lamby came to visit, she squeezed Larry's hand 3 times. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This will be our secret handshake, Grammy Lamby said. It means I love you. Look, there she is squeezing his hand. When Grammy Lamby came to visit, she liked to talk and sew and drink hot tea. Look how darling little Larry is in his new pajamas, Grammy Lamby said to Mother Lamb. Isn't he darling? He's darling, darling. Does he look happy in the pajamas? No. I think they're cute. When Grammy Lamby came to visit, she liked to go to church with Larry and his mother. She wore a big, flouncy hat and a matching dress, and she sang louder than everyone else. Look at everybody looking at her. Everybody over here is looking at Grammy Lamby. That's great. On the way home from church, Grammy Lamby suggested they walk through the park. Someday we'll go to Tanzania, Grammy Lamby said. Just Larry and me. Won't that be fabulous? A trip to Tanzania for Larry and me. Or we would rather go to the South Seas? Tanzania or the South Seas? We'd better plan on both. Does Larry look like he wants to go anywhere? No. I love Grammy Lamby. I don't want to go to Tanzania, Larry told Mother Lamb that night, or the South Seas. You don't have to go, Mother Lamb said. Grammy Lamby just likes to think of all the fun things you'll do together when you're big. But I don't want to do things with Grammy Lamby ever. Oh no. Guys, would that make Grammy Lamby happy or sad? Sad. That would make me sad. Grammy Lamby left the next morning, but not without giving Larry the secret handshake first. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. The next time Grammy Lamby came to visit, she did it again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Do you remember what the secret handshake means? Guys, do you remember? What does it mean? I love you. I love you. Uh-huh, Larry said in his head. He said, this squeeze is squeeze, embarrassing squeeze. He even said in his head, please, squeeze, go, squeeze, away. Oh, Larry's not being very kind. Would you tell your grandma to go away? No, I wouldn't. I love my grandma. But Grammy Lamby stayed. She talked and sewed and drank hot tea. Larry, she bellowed, do you want me to show you how to sew? No, said Larry from his room, and he counted the days until Grammy Lamby would go. That makes me kind of sad. The night before Grammy was scheduled to leave, a summer storm blew through the Lamb's Valley. Rain beat against the windows and the wind tore a hole in the roof. Mother Lamb kept Larry safe during the storm. When it was over, they found Grammy Lamby in the kitchen drinking hot tea. Aren't you scared? Larry said. Scared? Grammy Lamby trumpeted. We don't have time to be scared. We have work to do. Look at her. What is she holding? Umbrella. She's holding an umbrella in the house. Yeah. Grammy Lamby stayed a whole month. She helped patch the roof and repair the windows. As she worked, Grammy Lamby told wonderful stories about pirates and dolphins and a mermaid who could fly. At night, she made South Sea soup and Tanzania turnovers. They were delicious. When Larry's house was fixed, Grammy Lamby suggested they help others in the valley. She led a crew that rebuilt the school and the church. Larry helped. Wow, Grammy Lamby's kind of awesome, right? Then Grammy Lamby set up her sewing machine on town square. With Larry's help, she made clothes and curtains for anyone who needed them. She even sewed a new flag for the post office. The next Sunday at church, Grammy Lamby wore her big flouncy hat and sang louder than anyone. This time, Larry sang too. When it was time for Grammy Lamby to finally leave, Larry carried her suitcases. At the train station, Grammy Lamby gave Larry the secret handshake. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You remember what that means, don't you? Larry nodded. Larry nodded. Do you know, Grammy Lamby said, that you could give me the secret handshake too? It would mean the same thing. I don't want to give you that handshake, Larry whispered. Oh, I understand, Grammy Lamby said. Goodbye then. He's probably sad that she's leaving, right? Since they've gotten to know each other. Right before the train left, Larry took Grammy Lamby's hand and gave it 4 squeezes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. I don't know that handshake, Grammy Lamby said. Larry giggled. Here. He said, I made you a present that will explain my secret handshake, but don't open it until you get on the train. I want you to be surprised. I love you too. Look, she's waving it around. I love you too. The end. So Larry Lamb, he grew to love and like Grammy Lamby, right? Yeah. Thanks for reading with me.